Hi everybody, it is me, Leah, and I just want to start off with this video saying Happy Pride Month, everybody! Woohoo! It's Pride! And this video is going to be a little bit different. This video is going to be, I got all done putting a slit in my eye, in my eyebrows, guys. I did this all by myself, free-handed. And yeah. And I just want to start off by saying Happy Pride Month. And this video is going to be different. Might be a little bit more complicated because I don't do these kind of videos only because I get anxious every time I record myself or talk about stories that happened in my past. But since it's Pride Month, I want to talk about my, I guess you could say, my experience with, well, I would say my experience, I guess you could say, with trying to kind of like, sorry if I stutter a lot too in this video, is because I have a little bit of social and camera anxiety sometimes. When I record myself, I tend to stutter. So for anybody, you know that if I stutter a lot, is because I'm trying to think too of the right words that I'm trying to use. But since, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest and not make this video long too. But this is my experience with trying to, like, I guess you could say my experience with trying to date a woman, or trying to go out with a woman, I should say. But as you could see, it just didn't work out, and I'm going to explain why. So this happened when I was in high school, before me and my boyfriend started to go out with each other. This happened all when I was like in 9th/11th grade. I started to like this one particular person that I was in the same class with. It was a girl, and I was in 10th grade, and she started to do, like, I'm not gonna put names or anything in here because of, gotta respect people's, lives and their decisions and stuff. Whoops. And stuff. But how do I say this? When I was about in 10th grade, before me and my boyfriend became the item, we're just gonna call her Sparkles. Sparkles was when I had a little girl crush on Sparkles from when I was in 10th grade. And from when I tried to, it was secret. I haven't told anybody in the classroom that I had a crush on Sparkles. And later on, I guess you could say, come to find out, Sparkles had a thing for me too. It's just she didn't communicate that. So around like a couple of times for when I was in school, I was still kind of new to the school because I was still new to the school in some ways because I just started and I was in 10th grade. So so here's the thing. Sparkles had a girlfriend that was pretty much Sparkles. She was obsessed with Sparkles, which, if that's, your babe, you have every right to be, that's my woman. And that's fine. I get that. So for Sparkle's girlfriend, we're just going to call her Rainbow. And from when Rainbow, so here's the thing. Everybody has their issues and their ups and their downs and their toxicities for when it comes to relationships. Because out there in the real world, there's no perfect relationship. And I get that. But from when Rainbow was trying to tell Sparkles for what to do and stuff, and Sparkles just wasn't hearing it or having it with her, she got mad. And then for when Sparkles got mad and for when Rainbow and Sparkles fighted, Sparkles would do certain things to piss off Rainbow. And the thing is that she will go out of her way to make Rainbow mad in certain situations. And here's the thing that I noticed about Rainbow. She didn't like the fact that Sparkles had a girlfriend. Not like girlfriends as in, oh, that's my girl. No, like a girl as a friend. And every time that Rainbow saw her being friends with other women, she would get mad. Not like mad, like to the point for where, oh, I'm just going to leave her. No, mad to the point for where she's beating Sparkles up in front of these girls or cussing her out or anything like that. And Sparkles at the time, I wasn't her friend or anything like that, but I was trying to get to know Sparkles at the time. But for when that happened, me and her became friends. And Rainbow didn't know that. And I didn't know why Rainbow acted the way she acted. And it could have meant a lot of things. Me at the time, I didn't know, neither did I care what they were going through in their relationship. I was just being my regular, normal self. Excuse me. I was one of those people in high school that was very shy, didn't want to talk to nobody. I thought everybody hated me. And in some ways, I guess you could say I was scared of everybody, including the teachers. So for when me and Sparkles started to slowly become friends, one day in school, she decided to give me something to drink because we were, talking to each other. And Rainbow was over doing something else, and Rainbow saw me and Sparkles talking to each other. And then for when she had one of those, what are those called? It was a juice. Those old juices that they used to have when I was a kid. maybe even longer, but it was one of those juices that, you know, were mixed colors that were like purple, red, blue, and it was in a plastic container with, like, you rip it from the top and you drink it. Those, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say a juice box. But she gave me one of those juice boxes, and she was like, hey, Leah, this is Sparkles talking to me. Hey, Leah. And I'm like, yes, Rainbow? I mean, no, Sparkles. And I'm like, yes, Sparkles? She was like, can you please do me a favor? Buy me a soda. Because in our school, we had a soda machine. And it worked. And she was like, and she shook it, and she was like, yeah, here. Buy me a soda tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that for you. And about like a couple of minutes go by, I noticed the energy in the room started to change. Like, not in a good way, like, oh, let's sit down in class and teach. No. I was just being there, minding my business and stuff. And ever since, probably like a good 15 to 20 minutes went by, Rainbow started to get mad at Sparkles. And in my head, I didn't know why she got mad at her, but I felt like it had something to... I knew in my head that she probably got mad at Sparkles is because she was talking to me. And me being, the nervous girl that I am, I was minding my business. And then she started to, like, punch Sparkles in her face, Rainbow. Rainbow started to punch Sparkles in her face, beat her up, and kick her by her stomach. And she was like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. You're still my bitch. And Sparkles was crying. And she got mad. And the teachers, they had to separate them, but obviously she just kept whispering. And the whole time that I'm like trying to like just mind my business and do my work, Rainbow is giving me this evil ass look, like if she has an issue with me. But I'm shy. At the time I was shy. I didn't really care if she was giving me a look or not. And then the next day of school, I walk in and see that Rainbow Sparkles are together. And then hey guys, sorry, I'm back. And would just start beating her up during class, mind you. Legit during class in front of everybody and stuff. So I kind of felt like I did something wrong in the moment, even though in my head I knew that I didn't do anything wrong. And then I believe it was almost school year, where from when the junior, sophomore, where the damn, I forgot what they're called. Where the 11th graders were already about to come seniors. And from when that happened, it was around that time where I was ready about to go into 10th grade and go into 11th grade. It was, I believe, it was around that time. where I told Sparkles that I have feelings for her and I like her more than just friends. And she wanted to sit down with me and have a conversation with me. And we talked. I told her how I felt about her, and she didn't feel the same way about me. And I understand that. And during our conversation, I believe during our conversation, Rainbow decides to come out the locker room. And from when Rainbow came out of the locker room, she decided to kind of like come up to Sparkles and like try to like go like this to her during the classroom, like make Sparkles look at her. Because when we were having the conversation, we were talking to each other, like eye to eye. And from when that happened, I guess Sparkles got really uncomfortable with me. She didn't decide to talk to me for a couple of days, which that's fine. I understand she didn't feel the same way. And then from when one day in gym, sorry for the noises in the background, one day in gym, I was playing with some of my friends who I thought were my friends, but turns out weren't my friends. I decided to throw the ball. There was one of my other friends. So yeah. For when I was playing basketball, I was, how do I say it? One of my friends wanted the basketball and Sparkles wanted the basketball. So I threw the basketball to Sparkles. And then Rainbow calls me and tells me to come to her. And she's talking about, and I went to go over there and sit down. And at the time, they were still together. At the time, I didn't care if they were together or not. And then she talks about of how they're getting married and stuff like that, etc., etc. And I told them, congratulations, I wish the best of the luck for you, trying to avoid mayhem and stuff, etc., etc. And then the end of the day comes. From when I guess Sparkles and Rainbow got into an argument with each other. And then, come to find out, Rainbow found out that I had a crush on Sparkles. And then from when that happened, Rainbow told Sparkles to try and kiss me, or to try and make out with me in front of her. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if that was my girlfriend, I would have been dumped her already. 'Cause that ain't a girlfriend. So, from when she found out that I had a crush on her, she tried to force Sparkles to kiss me. Rainbow tried to, yeah. And she didn't kiss me or anything. I tried to give her a high five. I guess Sparkles had a bad day and she was crying. So she decided to walk up to me and give me a hug. And I gave her a hug back. And she went on about her day. She didn't say anything to me. And then, I guess maybe from when I think I was in the 11th grade, or I was going into 11th grade, becoming a senior. And then from when that happened, I already was having feelings towards someone else. That someone else, meaning my boyfriend, that I'm still currently with. And from when that happened, I think it was at the very beginning of... I wouldn't say it was at the very beginning of our relationship, me and my boyfriend, but from when, my boyfriend at the time was expressing to me how much he likes me. And then the same day, Rainbow and Sparkles broke up. Mind you guys, they're not together. As far as I know, to this day, they're still not together. And then from when my boyfriend confessed to me that he has feelings towards me, Sparkles confessed to me that she always liked me. Even from when I asked her out, she liked me. But here's the thing. Me and Rainbow got into a couple, not fights, but I would say maybe like arguments / altercations. So one of the altercation was, she would, I guess, every time that Sparkles had a girlfriend, because I heard from mutual friends that I guess every time that Sparkles tried to make a friend and it was a girl, Rainbow would just assume that every girl that she was trying to talk to, she's trying to sleep with. And then I put 2 and 2 together in my head, and I'm like, oh, that's why Rainbow is acting the way she's acting towards Sparkles. But here's the thing too. She would end up getting mad at the other girl, even though just assume that that those girls would sleep with Sparkles. Just assume. Even if they were friends or not. And that's probably the reason why she never liked me. Because I was one of her friends. And here's the thing. I would never talk to Sparkles at all. She would always want to talk to me. At all. And it wasn't like anything bad. Just, hey, can you buy me this? Hey, can you give me some dating advice? Just simple stuff. And I was trying to be a good friend and support her. And, if she was sad, I would always be like, hey, what's up? What's the matter? And she would never get mad at me, but always get mad at Sparkles. Until one day, Rainbow and Sparkles was still together at the time, and this was the moment where I confessed that I confessed that I had feelings towards Sparkles. And this is the reason why I didn't want to date Sparkles. Only because only because of this one incident that happened. So, for when this incident happened, it was because Rainbow, Rainbow, mind you, Rainbow's a lot older than me. At the time, I was only like 16, maybe even 17 years old. Maybe even younger. And then, for when they were a lot older than me. Not by too much, old enough to be in my age gap, if that makes sense. And then for when that happened, then I think she was like 2, maybe 3 years older than me, which, it's okay, but I wouldn't say it's the best. But for when that happened, I guess Rainbow and Sparkles and a bunch of their friends that they had around them was talking bad about me, I guess. And the reason why, how I knew they were talking bad about me, because I constantly was, even though we were in class, I constantly kept hearing my name. I was in the way back. They were in the front. So our room was like this. I was over here, they were over there. And also a bunch of my friends too told me that they were talking bad about me. I decided to shrug it off and not care. Until I started to notice, as I'm looking up at the board paying attention, Rainbow just starts giving me these dirty looks for no reason. I wasn't even doing anything to her. Nothing. Then we were like this, and started to give me dirty looks for like no reason, which that's fine. I gave her a dirty look back. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's kind of like for when I was like doing my work, but also I was paying attention. I was looking up and down at the board. Come to find out, I saw a Rainbow threw a lead pencil, mind you, at my face. And it hit it legit this part of my eye. I was triggered enough for when that happened. And then, this might have been a little bit outrageous at the time, but I didn't think, I was already pissed enough because of the fact that she did that. So I thought in my head at the time, I thought it was a smart idea to think it's okay. But I ended up throwing my chair at her. And it hit her. And her girlfriend, Rainbow, and her girlfriend, Sparkles, decided to push her till it hit, and the chair hit Rainbow. She was mad at me, threatened to hurt me and stuff like that, and ended up to call her mom. And I told her, go ahead. I have 8 aunts. And that's not including my mom. And after that, we both got in trouble. But then again, I told the teachers that they should have done their job and stuff at the time, because for that stuff to not happen, because it's not fair that you guys are letting her get away with that and not doing anything about it. Mind you, she got told more than once to stop, and she did not listen. And so I got in trouble, but I didn't care, because no one is not gonna hit me right here with a lead pencil and think that's okay. So for when that happened, it got eventually solved. And for when that happened, my boyfriend, at the time we were still friends, but he explained that he liked me more than friends. And the very next day, Rainbow confessed me. No, Sparkles confessed to me that she wants to be more than just friends with me. And I told her no. I only like you as a friend. I don't like you like that. I like my boyfriend more. I like my boyfriend. And I told her to her face, and actually no, through text, that you had your chance, you missed out on that opportunity, you should have gotten it while you had the chance. And she was like, yeah, I understand, I get it. And then for when Rainbow and Sparkles eventually broke up, and I started to notice a different change in Sparkles. Started to notice that she started to not get like distant from me, but started to get like, you know, me and my boyfriend would constantly get into arguments because Sparkles would say this about my boyfriend, say this about my boyfriend, say this, that he's doing this and that he's doing that, even though he wasn't. So then I put two and two together in my head at the time, and I was like, she's trying to ruin my relationship. So I immediately blocked her from my life, and through the internet, I wish her the best of luck and stuff in life. The same thing goes to Rainbow. But yeah. And I'm still with my boyfriend to this day. The same one. I've been with him for a good 8 years, and we have a son together, and he's a blessing. And the reason why I didn't want to go out with Sparkles only because of the fact that she was talking bad about me with Rainbow already. Kind of, I guess you could say, in some ways made it Rainbow crazy. So crazy to the point for where she went around beating up everybody because she was that in love with her, which love can make you do stupid things. And also, I guess, for an example, I'm not assuming anything. I don't know. I don't care. But I'm assuming in their relationship, someone was cheating. Rather, if it was Sparkles or Rainbow. And I'm not saying that's okay, but why was this girl going around the school just beating up female after female after female? I mean, it's not like, even if something did happen between you two, I'm not saying it wasn't for a good reason, but I don't know, really. But more of the story is that go with your gut, and always, I guess you could say, if someone likes you, but in the end, if they talk bad about you, they're just not worth your time. Don't even bother with them. You have a better chance of finding someone out and you have a better chance of finding someone else than you're gonna find someone else if they talk with that person if they're talking bad about you behind your back. And also, another thing is too, always stay with yourself, because ain't no one has your back at the end of the day like you do. But yeah, that's the end of my video. I hope you all like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notification if you want more videos like this. And also, as I always say, happy Pride Month! And also, happy 4th of July. And I hope you all have a nice day and stay positive, stay safe, and especially stay happy. Stay happy. But I love you all. Bye!